My name is Ronnie Dickson. 29 years old, climber in Orlando, Florida, of all places. So I started climbing 10 years ago after I lost my leg above the knee. Decided to have it amputated because of a congenital disorder. So I had the amputation at the age of 17. And a couple years later, just kind of like through a fluke thing, found out about climbing and really fell in love with it. We're actually already adaptive climbers out there and climbing and doing their thing, so was able to link up with people like Craig DiMartino from Colorado and some other friends. Craig and I were the first two athletes to represent the United States in an adaptive competition at the 2012 World Championships, and since been part of 4 U.S. teams, with my highest finish coming in 2014, taking second place at the World Championships in Spain. Fortunately, I'm like one of those pro climbers who's not a professional climber. My day job is I make prosthetic legs for a living, and I love doing that too. Get the chance to work with a lot of clients. The Treadwall has been like one of my biggest climbing breakthroughs, especially with like some of the challenges here in Florida. One is gym terrain. So, training for sport climbing competitions, where the routes are 65, 70 feet long, really steep, or just maybe an outdoor project that could be 120 feet long and super steep, like most of these mega routes are turning out to be these difficult hurdles. The Treadwall was like a really huge breakthrough in my sport climbing and getting endurance. And that really, really helped the rest of my climbing and learning how to like create and build tension, like different ways I can release tension, and just technically get more sound as a climber. The key to a good training program is having variety and having the option to do different things. So one thing you can do is you can change the angle. Like I've got my Treadwall set up to where I can go between 25 degrees and 40 degrees. So that gives me a lot of variability in making something harder or training goal specific for a certain route. And then two is the length of time that you're on the walls. When I was training for World Championships, like I'd have an easy aerobic fitness day where I was just going for like what would be the climber's equivalent of a long run, where I would be on the wall for a period of 40 minutes, maybe 3 minutes on, 2 minutes off for that 40 minutes, or whatnot, just really, really building that base fitness in my forearm. So not getting like super pumped or anything like that, but just staying on for a really long time. Or like vice versa, you can do a completely different interval where you can do 1 minute on, 1 minute off for 10 minutes, but make sure that that route that you're doing is like an 8 or a 9 out of a pump level. Really great protocols there, both training completely different energy systems in the forearm. Like one is really like long, low intensity, the other is really short but higher intensity. And you can kind of do anything in between. So I think it's applicable for anybody. It's all just about how you set it up. There just really isn't a better training tool than the Treadwall. It works, it's perfect.